Hi, I'm Sam Fisher. It's week 3 moving day for Athletes Unlimited softball, and we're the talk of the town.
You gonna be ready to rock and roll, babe?
Yeah.
Let's go.
You gotta want it to win it, and we want it bad. You gotta cheat us to beat us, and that's so sad.
What's your name? Maya.
Maya, so nice to meet you.
Hey, look what I found. Good job.
I mean, everybody here is a good hitter. Just let me know where you guys move and I'll move with you.
That's my best friend.
Run like the devil, hit it hard and level, and run like the devil. I really hope they don't show that on the broadcast. That's embarrassing.
Sorry, Haley McClenny, it has been shown on the broadcast. She is chasing that gold medal along with a number of other players. It is tight as we come into the final day of week number 3 out of 5. The first game in our doubleheader is Team Chidester and Team Jaquish. It was a big week, or big night last night, and our Geico leaderboard looks like this. Mulipola, Jaquish, and McClenny holding on to those captain's chairs. Cheddister close behind, just 4 points out of the 4th spot, but right now it's Hannah Flippin who would be the new captain heading into week 4. Everybody is chasing those 4 captain's chairs to be the person drafting tomorrow afternoon in our week 4 draft, trying to work through that scoring system that makes Athletes Unlimited so special and find themselves at the top of the leaderboard. Alongside the 2-time Olympian Danielle Laurie, I'm Chucky Kempf. Yesterday, both of these two teams lost. They're trying to bounce back, get a positive going into that Monday draft.
Well, we all know the importance of winning games and winning innings, but you also want to head into the draft on Monday feeling good and having something positive. So look for pretty much everyone going out today to try to end it on a bang on Sunday.
A lot of positives for Team Chidester on night number 1. It was a great late win for them. She's only 4 points out of that 4th spot. That's really nothing, because this is what you can do. These are some of the biggest single game totals in Athletes Unlimited history.
Yeah, and obviously it helps when you win games and you win innings, but if you have a great personal performance, that also allows for you to scoot up the leaderboard. And Amanda Chidester knows what's up. She knows she has to have a good day to try to get back in that captain's seat. And Kelsey Harshman, not only do I feel very lucky that I got the chance to compete in the Olympic Games with her, but man, she has been the most consistent I've seen her in Athletes Unlimited all 3 seasons this year. And looking last night, 2 for 4 home run, 4 ribbies, big part of that team. And this is how you're getting runs. You look at the percentages, that tells you right out of the gate, win points, 50 to win the game, and those inning points are huge. Individual stat points, 20% is coming from that, and the 5% MVP voting. And the athletes vote after the games for MVP 1, 2, and 3.
Well, let's check in with the 3rd member of our team, Key Michael. I hope you're bundled up, Key.
I am. It's a little bit colder than usual, but I'm down in the dugout, and I've got some family members to chat to, so stay tuned.
Thank you, Key. It is a little chilly and breezy here in Rosemont. Hopefully we avoid the rain in the area as Sydney Littlejohn Watkins takes to the circle. She gets the start for Team Jaquish. We saw her last night and she was effective.
She is, and she is so spinny. She's one of my favorite pitchers to watch just because of her elite movement side to side. Has one of the best curveballs, not only in the college game when she was at Alabama, but here in Athletes Unlimited. So look for her to be able to go out today, use that pitch to her advantage. And that righty-righty matchup is key for her. She really loves being able to throw that pitch away from the righties.
Well, she will face Anissa Ortez to lead things off, and they've really switched their lineup around. A lot of those top bats stay the same, just the order is different. Zirkle led off last night, and she had their 2 hits for the longest time. A leadoff solo home run. She drops into the 2-hole, Ortez up into the top, and Chidester stays put in the 3 spot. First pitch of the game from Sydney Littlejohn Watkins, misses, down and away, ball 1. Anissa Ortez out of Long Beach, California. We've seen the glove really working for her in week 3. She was the first pick in the draft. It's been her, Rachel Garcia, who was the first pick in weeks 1 and 2. We will see Rachel Garcia start in game 2 of our doubleheader. And right off the heels of a great performance yesterday with a complete game. It's the 3rd one of the season.
snapping off the 2-0 curveball, and I just love that slow-mo angle. You see the way her hand gets around that pitch. And that's a hard pitch as a hitter to adjust to because it's different. We're seeing a lot of high velocity in Athletes Unlimited, but even just talking with Sydney Littlejohn Watkins in the Dome before today's game, she said, I don't have to focus on velocity. I'm good at 60 miles an hour. That's what amps up my spin, and that's my primary focus. So as a hitter going in, that's what you know. You have to be able to time up her spin, not be fooled by it.
Can Team Chidester get those bats rolling? They beat Team Lulipola 4-2 on night number 1. It was Sam Fisher who was the hero. Cortez goes back up the middle. Can they get her? No, she's safe at first. Leach almost had her from right next to second base.
And I mean, are we looking where that ball was, Chucky? Did you see that in the other batter's box? Anissa Ortez stays on, sees that ball late in the zone, but barrels it up just enough to hit it back up the middle, uses her wheels to her advantage, and gets up the line for a base hit.
Coming off a 10-2 loss last night to Team McClenny, but it was a decent feeling at the end of the game. They picked up 40 inning win points for the last 4 innings. So it wasn't a total loss, and maybe even carried a little bit of momentum from that. It was Kiki Stokes O'Connor who was the hero in the 7th inning, forced them to play a bottom of the 7th after she drove a run in. Inside, ball 2. Morgan Zirkle has been in center field this week for Team Chidester. Primarily been used as a left fielder here at Athletes Unlimited, but things got mixed up. Hayward and McClenny on the same team. Couple center fielders pulled off the board. Also seen Bubba Nichols playing center field. We'll see her in this game as well. She's out there right now.
Ooh, look at that little screwball. Something really sweet about Sydney Littlejohn Watkins. After AUX, she'd reached out to me and asked if I would just kind of give her some pointers and some feedback, and you see her come to the inside part of her body and kind of curve that pitch away. Really cool pitch to see.
Good stop from Bayless, and she even spins that one like crazy, really. I mean, you can just see the grip she has on it. This is who's behind her: Wiggins, Nichols, Harshman across the outfield. That's probably the most unique outfield we've seen this week. Jaquish and Romero on the left side, Leach and Vidalis on the right, and Sachel Palacios behind the plate in a week that in some ways has been dominated by some catchers and some really good defense throwing runners out.
I'm always here for the defense, and I think that the catchers, it's been cool to see them throw out players like Victoria Hayward, Morgan Zirkle. So it just goes to show.
Awkward spinner right there, back to Littlejohn Watkins.
It goes to show that strike them out, throw them out mentality. You have to be so spot on with some of these runners leaving from first base, and these catchers are always on high alert.
Victoria Hayward, will see her in game 2. She's probably watching thinking, oh, thanks, pal. It's cool to see me get thrown out. Really appreciate that one. Down low, ball 1 to Sam Fisher. Simi Valley, California. We had one of the best mic'd up segments we've ever had at Athletes Unlimited with Sam Fisher a couple nights ago, and it was just a lot of yelling. It was a lot of excitement.
I wonder if she's almost lost her voice at this point. But that's one thing, just really watching Team Chidester as this weekend has gone on, is they're having a lot of fun. And like I was even talking to some of the women before this game, it's like, if it's not fun anymore, it's not worth continuing to put in that work. You truly have to enjoy it. And I think when you can take that innocent part of the game and remember why you started playing as a young kid and try to bring that in your late 20s, early 30s, so it just kind of ignites a different type of passion, allows for you to respect the game just a little bit more, because it is a mentally taxing game. At times we're so based on performance in the circle, games won or lost on us. You step in the batter's box, 2 down, runner on third, you don't score that run, game over.
Ground ball hops up to Romero, and they strand the runner. Nice job by Sydney Littlejohn Watkins. A good start for her, a 0 on the board in the top of the first. 10 inning points on the line when we come back to Jenny Finchway. It is a chilly day, but still a great crowd. The Key Cam finding some big-time fans on the right field line. And another one. He looks a little less interested. We'll see if Alyssa Denham can get his attention in the circle, who has had a great season so far.
She has, and she has been just very consistent. I like that she's getting the nod, getting the ball today in game 3 of the weekend. And look for Alyssa Denham to just be consistent with keeping the ball down in the zone. Has one of the best changeups in this league, a little off-speed curve. And at this point, I feel like the one thing that you're just looking for, especially as a captain, is just a pitcher that you know has been consistent. And when you're facing the parity of these hitters, that can be hard as a pitcher because these hitters are pretty darn good. But at the end of the day, for pitchers to be able to truly focus on the location piece, short-term memory, and being okay with struggling a little bit. Sometimes that struggle allows for you to blossom a little bit better and figure out what you need to work on.
Denham behind in the count, 3-0 to a dangerous lineup that leads with Aubrey Leach, Sydney Romero, and Savannah Jaquish. We've seen the power toward the bottom as well. We know what Nichols can do. DJ Sanders has done it. Kelsey Harshman and Tori Vidalis went back-to-back last night. And they are looking to bounce back. They lost 12-7 to Team Mulipola. There's a strike on the outside corner. It's a full count from 3-0 to 3-2 for Alyssa Denham. For Team Jaquish, it was really, and this is something you have really hammered on, Danielle, and I think it becomes even more relevant as the season goes on and these hitters continue to settle in, if they aren't already settled enough. But maybe just a little too late on the pitching change that cost them last night as Leach goes down swinging.
This is a little bit of an off-speed pitch. You can just tell by the spin, little flip change up in the zone, 57 miles an hour. Fools Aubrey Leach. But just to go back to your point, Chucky, I think figuring out what the game plan is heading into a game is so important. And a lot of times it's based on performance. A lot of times it's based on what the score is. Inning wins, there's so much that goes into it. But I will say what I've seen over the course of the last couple weeks is when something goes bad, meaning a leadoff walk or a leadoff hit by pitch late in the inning, that third time through the lineup for that same pitcher, sometimes stuff goes 0 to 100 really quick.
Yep.
So for these captains to be able to have that awareness, that open conversation, not only with their battery, but their facilitators, to have a plan and at times sticking to that plan.
Off speed, Romero into right center field. That's down, and it will get cut off before it gets to the wall, but Romero is going to coast into third with a triple. Sydney Romero picks up 30 points.
One takes this off-speed pitch, goes down to get it. Good piece of hitting. Takes it. Right center gap, a little bit of a bobble by Erica Piancastelli allows for her to get to third base.
They'll actually say it's a double and an error in right field on Piancastelli. So Savannah Jaquish has a chance here with just one away to bring in the first run of the game and pick up the first inning win points of the game.
And I don't know know if it's just me, but I feel like I'm waiting for Savannah Jaquish to go off this weekend. I'm waiting to see a big-time home run from her. You know, she has by far one of the sweetest swings in this league. I mean, she's a pro's pro when it comes to knowing her swing, how to make adjustments, and the plate coverage. I mean, her ability to be able to cover both sides of the plate as well as up and down is probably top 3 in this league, and that's saying something. I mean, the hitters in this league are like nothing that I've seen, and she definitely leads the charge.
She has come through once, night number 1 in a big way, 2-2 tie. And Savannah Jaquish sent one over the left field wall, a 3-run home run that helped them to a 7-2 victory. They put 2 more on the board that inning as well. Denham misses outside, full count.
Maybe I feel like I'm just so used to seeing her almost hit like 2 home runs a game.
Well,
so
she set an expectation.
Yes,
it is a very
has.
high expectations from us, but something that she can achieve and usually does, it seems like. Great spot from Denham, and I think Jaquish knew it. That's a big out number 2 and her second strikeout of the inning.
And this is such a really amazing pitch. You look at Alyssa Denham, just throws the off speed, paints a perfect picture on the inner part of the plate, and you just look at Savannah Jaquish's hips. Everything was moving forward. She was completely fooled.
Nichols first pitch swinging. Fisher across the diamond and got it. So a 1-out double with an error leading to Romero on third, and Denham dances out of it. First inning points roll over to the second. 20 points on the line. Top of the second inning. 1 hit apiece. And a runner stranded at third base for both teams to start this game. Sydney Littlejohn Watkins back out there and bounces the first one in to Erica Piancastelli. Born in Italy. Moved to California when she was 5 years old. Plays for the Italian national team. A few others here at Athletes Unlimited. Andrea Filler, Greta Cicchetti. 1-1. Maybe a little low there from Littlejohn Watkins. Ball 2.
And you will notice that some of these athletes are wearing turfs. This is a no metal spike zone. You can wear the molded cleats. You can wear turfs. I always found that I like to wear the molded even on the turf because I felt like sometimes I would fall. If I couldn't get that good traction on that land foot.
Castelli is aboard to lead off the inning with a walk. Be sure, fans, to enter the code on the screen. It's your chance to earn those points for watching the broadcast and move up the leaderboard. Make sure you download the app for free and get great access to AU content and experiences all season long.
We have a couple rollover inning points. Every single inning of every game is worth 10 points. And if no team scores and there's zeros, they roll over to the next inning. So essentially the top of the second inning here is a 20-point inning, which means the first team to score more than the other in that inning will receive those additional 20 points. And we saw it in the open when we talked about 75% of the points for these women come from winning games, which is 50 points. But most importantly, winning the innings. You win every inning as a team, you're getting 70 points. But what I like is it kind of brings you back to the basics of the game, and that's how you teach little athletes to compete. You want to focus every out, you want to win every pitch, win every inning. And I feel like these women know that more than ever. Like, they are so aware of it when they have 30 points on the line or 40 points. You can just tell, and it starts to get a little bit more tense in the best way, because 40 points is a good pressure to feel.
We've seen some big ones. I think those are, I think that's my favorite part, when we get them to roll over 4, 5, 6 times. And it hasn't happened a lot because the bats are so good. And we had the 40 yesterday for Team Chidester, as this is a off-balance throw, and it's airmailed by Jaquish into right field. Both runners going to advance. Bianca Stelli up to third, and it's trouble for Sydney Littlejohn Watkins here.
And it kind of looks like, obviously, Savannah Jaquish's momentum was taking her towards the third base dugout. So I like the fact that she wanted to kind of make this throw on the run, but I think at this point, outs are key. Do I think she can make that throw? 100%. I mean, I've seen Savannah Jaquish make plays like that. Team Jaquish just in a little bit of a pickle here. Runners on second and third with none out.
And it's Riley Bayless, the tryout selection from San Diego. The only player picked from those tryouts to have a spot here in Rosemont. What a great chance for her right now at the plate. She walked yesterday. She's primarily been used as a pinch runner, but she is active in the box. That's one thing that every time she steps out, she's jumping around, she is active.
And she has a good swagger about herself, carries herself well. And I think that's the biggest thing that is hard to teach, how you carry yourself, how much swagger you have and confidence in your abilities, even when you're playing and even when you're not. And as a rookie, sometimes you may not get the nod as much as a 3-year vet. You got to prove yourself, you have to have good at-bats. But the goal for Riley Bayless in a situation like this is to not step into the box and think that way, like, oh, I have to get a hit because that's what's going to prove myself. You just want to rely on what you know, which is the work you've put in. Go in and have a good quality at bat.
What she knows is walking. And that's what she did a ton of at Oklahoma State, where she set a single season record and led the nation with 71. We saw that last night. Has a fantastic eye. She's got an even count here, 2-2. Littlejohn Watkins on the outside corner. We've talked a lot about the zone. It's a little different here at Athletes Unlimited. And she gets the black of the plate in a great spot.
And this is just a prime example, Chucky, of not getting to face a pitcher like Sydney Littlejohn Watkins much. That spin, it's tough, it's moving, it's filthy. So once you get that potential first AB and you really get to see it and feel what that's like, you can go up there with a plan. But until you step in the box against someone like that that can spin it, you think you got it down. But Kat Osterman is also a prime example. I mean, won Athletes Unlimited, her inaugural season, 2020, doesn't throw the ball past 63 miles an hour, relies on true spin, and best drop ball in the world, could still destroy hitters in her late 30s. Pretty cool.
Problem with Kat is that the more you faced her, it wasn't like you were, it usually wasn't getting better naturally. She was still probably dominating you.
Yes, solid backdoor curve. Love Sachel Palacios behind the plate, working that pitch for her pitcher.
We're trying to go back to that spot. That's the favorite spot right now of this duo. 1-2 count. Got the big strikeout of Bayless. Can she do it again to keep those runners where they are? Inside she does. Stokes O'Connor swings through it. Second strikeout of the game, an inning for Littlejohn Watkins.
This is just filthy. This is like a drop curve on the inside part of the plate. And you also have to look at Kiki Stokes O'Connor, who's running at it because she's a slapper.
This is hit well, and it will get down. One hops the wall. It's Abby Ramirez. A 2 RBI stand-up double to break the tie.
Really good at bat by Abby Ramirez. Swings early in the count. Looks at the fact that she struck out Riley Bayless, 3-2 count on that backdoor curveball. Know that that has been a money pitch up against those lefties. Stays on playing with it, swings early in the count. Really good at bat and puts Team Chidester in a position to potentially win 20 inning points.
That's where it stops. The line out to Wiggins in left field for Ortez. But Abby Ramirez delivering, putting her team on top. 2-0 Team Cheddister trying to secure those 20-inning win points over Team Jaquish, thanks to Abby Ramirez with the 2 RBI double in the top of the second. She's in there at second base. This is the outfield: Stokes O'Connor, Zirkle, and Pion Castelli from left to right, Fisher and Ortez on the left. And that middle infield, Ortez and Ramirez made some really nice plays with the help of Amanda Chidester scooping a couple up the other night, and Gwen Svekis, the longtime veteran, behind the plate. Alyssa Denham comes back to the circle in inning number 2, and she's got herself a lead. She has to feel good. Stranded a runner at third base after a triple. They did end up ruling Sydney Romero's hit in the first inning a triple, which is relevant because it is 10 additional points rather than it being a double. Now they need some runs. DJ Sanders provided a couple the other night, a 2-run home run on night number 1 of week 3. That bat is definitely starting to heat up. DJ's got some confidence at the plate right now.
And she even knows it and said it in the chair chat. And said, I've just got to be patient. Just got to give myself some time, but I feel like I'm going to start heating up at the right time. In week 3, it's the halfway point of Athletes Unlimited.
This one is shallow enough. Stokes O'Connor under it. There's one out. Somebody else who went yard recently, Kelsey Harshman. Big night for her last night.
She just takes this pitch, missed a little too sweet over the plate, and such a sweet swing over her friends there watching.
Good spot from Denham on the outside corner to start off Harshman, who's trying to have a bounce back week after a rough week as a captain in week number 2 when she was captain for the first time. And it was close. It was, you're talking a play here or there, and she could have had a huge week and she could have been a captain again. And that is the difference. It is a ball landing an inch one way or another, and just an epic comeback in another game where they blew a 7-run lead in 2 innings.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It was never about the fact that Team Harshman couldn't score runs, because we knew that they could. It was just, could pitching hang on, and just a couple situations pitchers weren't able to get it done.
1-2 from Denham. Harshman deep to left field. Stokes O'Connor running back. It's twisted around. It bounces off the wall, and it's a double for Kelsey Harshman. And the wind is really blowing right now.
This is an off-speed pitch, and she's not fooled by it. But you're not lying when you talk about the wind. You see the American flag moving around a bunch. Kiki Stokes O'Connor crossed up a little bit, hits into the wall and able to grab it before she could get to third. But you see the flags, they're moving.
Those are basically straight in right now, which Alyssa Denham is all for. Especially with the power bats here in Tori Vidalis. Vidalis, a solo home run after Harshman did it.
Watching Tori Vidalis last night hit that drop ball off her shin by Carrie Everly. I reached out to her last night and I was just like, "You good?" She said, "I have never felt that nauseous after hitting myself in my whole entire life."
This is into right field. Bianca Stelli takes care of it. Long throw, Fisher diving to make the tag, but Harshman safe, and that was a really close play.
Wow, Erica Biancastelli, an absolute rope. If it's a little bit more towards the base, she gets her.
Yep.
I just think it pulls Sam Fisher off a little bit. She's not able to apply that tag, but man, that was a laser.
Last chance is Sachel Palacios. Denham stranded Romero at third in the first. Can she keep Harshman there here in the second and secure these points? 1-0 count to Palacios. That is a little too high. That's what Alyssa Denham was asking about. Gwen Svekis wants to chat. Quick conversation there.
See Sarah Gronewagen, Team Jaquish, getting some work in.
It's too high, 3-0, and Megan Wiggins is on deck. See what Palacios is thinking at the plate right here. Good spot there from Denham for strike one. There's a Pac-12 battery between Denham and Svekis. You throw in a Pac-12 batter in Sachel Palacios. Swing and a miss. It's a little rivalry here, I guess. Arizona State. Sachel played for Arizona State. Alyssa Denham at Arizona. 3-2. Denham wins it. Strikes out Palacios, her third strikeout of the game, and for the second straight inning, Alyssa Denham strands a runner at third. That secures the 20-inning win points for Team Chidester. $20 points for everybody on Team Chidester. They have a 2-0 lead going to the third inning as they come up to the plate once again against Sydney Littlejohn Watkins. Well, the Geico leaderboard did change a little bit after that inning. Amanda Chidester, Sam Fisher, and Erica Biancastelli all moving up one spot. Biancastelli into 10th place, just 6 back of Danielle O'Toole, who we think we'll see in this game at some point. Chidester is 38 back from jumping up a spot. There could be a lot more movement in this game, and I think there will be. I think there's going to be some pressure on some of those top performers in game 2 to have a good game, to get a win, and put themselves back in that captain's chair. And whether you're watching the leaderboard or not, there's one thing we know. They know about the win points. It is what it is. It is the game. It is what makes Athletes Unlimited so special. So they know that those innings mean things. They know when there's zeros on the board that those are stacking up. And you also know if you're sitting in a chair making picks, you're having a good season, whether you're looking at the scoreboard or not. You know where you're at. Zirkle grounded out to Vidalis at first base, her first trip to the plate.
And one thing I didn't notice about Sydney Littlejohn Watkins until I got the opportunity to be around here was how tall she is. Like, I went up and gave her a big hug because we've communicated so much, like, via text, and we've talked on the phone, but I've never actually gotten the chance to be around her. She is tall, has very long levers. I mean, we're talking like 6 foot, 6'1", I felt like.
Vidalis again, and it's a very similar situation. Vidalis slapping the tag on Zirkle. And you're right, and she's listed at 6 feet. She almost feels taller than that.
She hides it well. You can't, that's the one thing about watching athletes on TV. I feel like they look taller than they are because I remember people would come up to me and be like, oh, I thought you were like 6'2". I was like, nah, just a whopping 5'7.5". So I think the camera sometimes can elevate, make you maybe look a little taller than you might be. But yes, she is tall, has great levers, uses them well.
I think that's what it might be for me, as this is just ripped. It's the long arms of Littlejohn Watkins. Chidester rounding first and headed to second. It's a stand-up double with 1 out for Amanda Chidester. They are off to a much better start tonight.
Well, and she just unleashes on this pitch. You see her fully commit to it. Facial expression, everything. She just, when she gets a hold of something, it's a laser. This one gets to the wall quick. I thought maybe it would be a triple, but I think she hit it too hard.
She loves to play tennis. That swing there and that shot of her face, that gives me huge tennis vibes, like grunting when you're swinging through the ball. And that's what it seemed like, as there it is. Sydney Littlejohn Watkins' day is done. Couple runs, she leaves with 1 runner that belongs to her on second base and makes way for Danielle O'Toole. And O'Toole will be trying to help her out. Let's take a look at how you score. Here it is.
And this is a single. Doubles are gonna get you 20 points, those triples 30. Obviously, we know about those home runs. We've seen them a lot here in Athletes Unlimited. Those sacrifices, which I love. It used to be 8, and they have brought it up to 10, and I think that's important. Those stolen bases as well. And walks and hit by pitches are going to be a +8.
Points for Amanda Chidester, and that is relevant where she is on the leaderboard. But now they have to deal with Danielle O'Toole. She has been exceptional. 2 straight complete games in her last 2 starts. I told somebody the other day, looking at the leaderboard, here comes O'Toole. She is on the move.
And she's coming from the left side, changes speeds really well. Throws that good backdoor curveball on the outer part of the plate to those right-handed hitters. Can bring it in on the righty's hands with that curveball.
Cheddister just 18 behind Flippin for 3rd place on the Geico leaderboard. Just 52 behind 2nd place. This could very well be a situation between Chidester and Jaquish in this game. Who wins the game? Which team wins this game? And that might be who is sitting ahead of the other at the end of the night. Fisher watches that outside. Sam Fisher, 308 points this weekend, leads everybody. Danielle O'Toole, 274, right behind her. Nice stop by Palacios right there to dive outside.
See Danielle O'Toole give the, I'm sorry. And these are complete games as of this season, a full 7 innings for these pitchers.
Obviously, it won't be for her tonight, not getting the start, but just to illustrate the dominance that we've seen from her. And in both of those games, the first game, she gave up a run in the 1st and the 2nd inning, and nothing the rest of the way. And then when she started on night 1 of week number 3, she gave up 1 run in the 1st inning and nothing the rest of the way. Fisher fights this one off into the stands. It's making O'Toole work and giving Piancastelli a lot to look at. And it's not like they're not familiar with Danielle O'Toole, but I'm sure the refresher is nice when you're standing in the on-deck circle. Two. In on the hands to perfection, and Romero takes care of it for out number 2. O'Toole can save Littlejohn Watkins 10 points if she gets out of this. That run on second base belongs to Sydney.
It's a really good at-bat by Sam Fisher to battle, see a lot of pitches, but ultimately it works in Danielle O'Toole's favor. It's a good location of the curveball on the hands.
Castelli, the first run of the game, last inning. Good spot there on the outside half. 0-2 count. Castelli had the grand slam last weekend. She's another one, when it comes off the bat, it just, the ball seems to explode off of her bat when she connects.
Yeah, everything about her swing. I love that high leg kick that she has.
Spins this down the first base line and foul. Right off the end of the bat. Castelli's driven in 7 runs this season. The 8th is at second base for the taking, but she's down in the count 1-2. 2-2. Danielle O'Toole said last night in the chair chat, didn't know if she would start, didn't know what the plan was, but figured she would throw at some point today. It didn't take too long, and it wasn't Sydney Littlejohn Watkins having a bad day, but Savannah Jaquish was much quicker to make that decision today after what happened yesterday when they left Sale a little bit longer and things started to fall apart, and before they could do anything, the game was lost.
And I think that first time through the lineup and then kind of assessing what's going on, the hitters made good adjustments, but you have to be quick to pull the plug. And I think if you want to win, I think kind of we've seen a little bit of a trend at times. If you leave someone in after a couple things happen, stuff starts to get out of control quick. You want to try to limit as much as you can, and sometimes making that quick change is a good thing.
Castelli 16 points on the night with 2 walks. Gives Gwen Svekis another chance, who singled and then moved up because of the air on Jaquish on that running play to her right. And that set up a chance for Abby Ramirez to drive a couple in, and she did. Gwen Svekis right in the middle of the field in that 30th spot on the leaderboard. O'Toole just trying to find the strike zone right now. The 3rd batter she's faced, and already the 17th pitch. Svekis did not get all of it. It's in an awkward spot though, and it gets down between Wiggins and Romero. It's an RBI single for Gwen Svekis, well placed.
This is not a bad pitch. Gwen Svekis kind of gets jammed up on the inner half a little bit, and you just see that Bermuda Triangle. It finds a way to drop, and I think Megan Wiggins couldn't come in on her high horse as fast as she could because she knew Sydney Romero was going back, and the last thing she wanted was to have a collision. So I just think communication in that situation, who's taking it, and if you hear someone, ultimately, I think if Megan Wiggins attacked that, she could have had it, but I think she didn't want to take out her shortstop, Sydney Romero.
I think you're right. If she dives there, it's an ugly collision. For every run scored during this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, Aspiration plants 10 trees, almost 1,200 before this week began, were already committed thanks to Aspiration's support. Riley Bayless skies this one into left field. This is an easy one for Wiggins, although that wind is really pushing it up there. Another run for Team Chidester. It's Jaquish, the well-placed RBI single.
Here we go, y'all.
It dropped. Unless it's her curse.
It looked, yeah, it looked like it came into me and then fell off the table.
That was our Into the Game with Air National Guard. Kiki Stokes mic'd up out in left field. Kiki, thank you so much for joining us out there. I've got to ask you first, the wind is really blowing. How much of a factor is that right now in the outfield?
You know, you got to play it. It's definitely different. It's definitely moving. The one ball that I had in the air, I thought I was on it, and then it ended up on the other side of me. So you just got to play with what you see.
Kiki, I know Keycam had done a little interview with your husband. What's it been like being able to get the opportunity to play professionally, especially in front of him?
Yeah, this is awesome. I mean, this was an opportunity that I was so excited for, but the fact that he can be here and see some of these games, he's only seen me play one other time, so I'm really happy that he's here and he's enjoying every minute of it in the player suite.
Kiki, I know you recently were named the head coach at Kansas City, and how special is that for you? You played at Nebraska, obviously, but you're from that area. You kind of get to go back home and lead that program. What's that going to be like?
Yeah, I'm so excited. This is home. Being in Kansas City and being able to do it in front of my family, in front of my friends, I'm so excited to just be back and lead a program. That's a program that I feel like can be at the top of the Summit League, and it's going to take some time, but I think we've got the right people in place and we've got the right coaching staff, and so I'm super excited to just be there and show Kansas City that I'm proud to lead a program like that.
Kiki, what would you say is probably your strongest asset as a coach? Like, what is something that you're really looking forward to be able to instill into your players, especially year one?
Yeah, I think for me, being able to build relationships and make connections with this generation of softball, just getting them to love it and stay in love with it, and not only that, but be able to compete. I think that for me, just being able to build that relationship and showing them that I can relate to them on this kind of level as well. And so just I'm super excited to be able to connect with those kids because I think that that's what they need, and I'm super excited to be the one that gets to do it.
Talk to me a little bit about what it's been like to be on Team Chitty this week. I mean, watching from Friday night's game, the amount of fun, like, it does look like y'all are having a lot of fun. What has it kind of been like over the course of the last couple days?
I mean, our name is Barney and Chitty and Friends, so I feel like it doesn't get much better than that. We're having a lot of fun, though. We've got a lot of energy, and this is my first time playing with a lot of these players. Sam Fisher's the only one that I played with the last 2 weeks. Consecutively, so it's fun just to get to know everybody and get to mesh, and I just love this group. It's been really fun.
Well, keep it up. You had a big hit last night to help, kind of, you know, obviously a little consolation prize there, but it was a big swing, that single to bring in the runs late in the game, so congratulations and keep it up.
Yeah, about time. For me, about time.
Thank you, Kiki.
I feel like I've been struggling a little bit, but this has been a lot of fun, and I'm just going with it.
We know what you can do at the plate. We know it's coming.
Thank you.
Kiki Stokes O'Connor out in left field. It is good to see her back. And when she originally came onto the scene as a rookie in the professional league, she was tremendous, and she could swing it so well at Nebraska. And it's great to see her back out here playing. She's one of truly a super exciting player. It's nice when your coach is good at the fundamentals, backing up third base here.
Well, yeah, this is the ins and outs of playing outfield. She didn't even seem winded when she was talking to us. She was just, couldn't even tell she ran to third to cover the base, but I love it.
Romero lays down another punt. Denham fields this one, but Romero picks up 10 points for the sacrifice. Trying to have a big inning right here as they put 2 in scoring position at second and third with just 1 away. Jaquish says, thank you very much. This is a great opportunity for her to help her team out here in the third inning, trailing by 3. And a 3-run home run on night number 1 of week 3. Big swing there, hit it twice. Fouled it back, and on the follow through, hit it the other way.
Ooh.
Boom, she barreled it.
Can't do that twice.
Savannah Jaquish just 58 points behind Deja Mulipola for the top spot. Trying to get herself over the 1,000 point mark as well. There's the Geico leaderboard. Jaquish in second place. Mulipola's teammate Hannah Flippin is not far behind her. Deja Mulipola, if things go well for them tonight, she's going to get tired of losing some of her best players. Slow roller from Jaquish. The run scores. Fisher takes care of her at first, but at the very least, they'll push those inning points to the next inning if they can't bring Leach in from third.
And I like this play by Sam Fisher to just get outs. And Megan Wiggins was going to score no matter what, so I think to be able to focus to get that second out is huge.
Bubba Nichols right at 400 for her season average. She's poking around the top 5 right now in the 7th spot. Groenewagen's still out there in the bullpen. She's been working. You just wonder, maybe, is this it for Alyssa Denham? Can she get out of this inning? Do they let her try and go one more time? Or do they sit her down with a good performance and bring in Sarah Groenewagen? This is a big pitch right here. Off speed, got Nichols swinging. That is a great pitch from Alyssa Denham, her 4th strikeout of the game.
And I love just seeing a pitcher pull the swing, or string, excuse me. You see the movement on this ball. 4th strikeout of the game, coming in clutch, Alyssa Denham.
In Rosemont, 3-1 Team Chidester leading Team Jaquish. 20 inning points on the line here in the 4th. And we have seen some long balls here at Athletes Unlimited, some legitimate moonshots off the bats of some of these players. This is beyond the left field wall and the bleachers out there. That fence right there, we have seen a number of balls one-hop that fence. I think somebody by the end is going to clear it, but just to give you an idea of how far it really is, a great look from Key Cam right there. I mean, these hitters are smoking the ball. It's going to be hard to do it tonight because you got a pretty stiff wind coming straight in at you.
Well, you also have to remember, you've seen Deja Mulipola, her last 2 home runs that I've seen her hit have been well over 300 feet. 2 of them have been 322 feet. That can go out of a baseball stadium. So I think that's another cool aspect to be able to see exit velocity, see how far these athletes are hitting it out of here. Pretty incredible.
One of my favorite aspects of Athletes Unlimited is talking to the facilitators and hearing about their role and the relationship with captains. We've got Ellie Cooper, who is a facilitator with Team Jaquish, a former Florida State captain for Lonnie Alameda.
Hey
tell
guys.
us, how's it going? It's great to have you. First off, tell us what it's like as a facilitator with Savannah Jaquish. I know a lot of the captains are different.
Yeah, no, I love being a facilitator. I love being here. I love getting to know new people and having new captains every week. And kind of learning how the pros go about their business. Every captain is definitely different. I love the blue team right now. We've got good vibes here. It's hard not to have good vibes here, I would say, with the people that we got. So super grateful that I get to be a part of that.
Ellie, playing at Florida State and getting the opportunity to play for Lonnie Alameda, what would you say you took away from that on a personal level that you're able to kind of bring in here and help in the facilitator aspect?
I think just the positivity, honestly. Like, my job here is to just keep them going, keep that positive energy going, and just kind of always giving them the more optimistic perspective of things when they come to me or when they're getting frustrated. I think Lonnie did that a lot for us as players, and I feel like here that's kind of what I try to help these guys with, is just giving them that more like optimistic perspective.
Has there been any captains that have come up to you and said, I want nothing to do with this, Ellie? That's all hands on deck, but I want you ultimately to be that one. Has anyone done that?
Yeah, there are a few. This year KJ did it one time. She's like, all right, Ellie, you just write the lineup. But they're really good about just like, we just go back and forth, and two heads is totally better than one. And they just kind of come to me, and then I give them my opinion, and then at the end of the day, they run with that, or they take their version of it and they run with their version of it, and whatever they want, I'm totally behind it. That's my job, is to kind of just like be all in with whatever they want and give them whatever I can give them, and whatever they may need.
I know we've talked a little bit about maybe potentially trying to come back and play in Athletes Unlimited. I know you can still do it because I've gotten the chance to compete against you. I know what you can do. Is there ever maybe a chance?
You know what, DL? There really is, and you want to know why there's a chance? It's because everyone here is kind of hyping me up to do it. I never really thought about it, but everyone here is like, Ellie, when are you coming out of retirement? And I'm like, kind of like, what are you talking about? And then I'm like, and then when I think about it, I'm like, you know what? I would love to come here and just play with some of these people. I think it would be a really good time. So there is a chance that you might see me next year. Will that happen? I don't know yet. It's pretty far away, but we'll see what happens.
I like it. Teasing it. Before we let you go, real quick, is there any friendly little trash talk between the facilitators going on?
No, honestly, no, not really. We have so much fun together, and we're really just all here to give them what they want, and we have a really great group of facilitators, so I'm just super lucky that I get to be a small part of this league. I love everything that it's about, so whatever they need from me, whatever they need from us, they're going to get it.
All right, Ellie. Well, we're glad you're a part of it, too. I got to be honest, it's hard to believe. I know how competitive you guys are, but we're glad you made it to the chair.
Thank you, guys. You guys are awesome. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
See
Ellie
ya.
Cooper, a former captain at Florida State, and she has been outstanding here. I know the players love being around her, and I think it's so interesting hearing from the facilitators. That relationship between facilitator and captain, such a big part, as Abby Ramirez grounds out to Savannah Jaquish, and there's 2 outs.
When you are going to have those captains, especially at times those first-time captains, there's a lot in the job of being the one that gets to write the lineup, that has to make the decisions, pitching changes, substitutions, flex, so many things. So she could not have said it better herself. 2 heads is better than 1. And majority of these women, when they are the captains, they're very much open books in the sense where it's like, hey, I kind of want to feel what everyone else is feeling, and ultimately it's up to them. But I think being able to have someone like an Ellie Cooper, Tatum Edwards, Jen Salling, Charlotte Morgan, those are the 4 facilitators to help your decision making, it only makes it stronger.
And they are good ones to help out too. And Issa Ortez watches strike 1 on the outside corner. It's a 1-2, Ortez is 1 for 2 with a single. And trying to avoid a 1-2-3 inning. Past Romero, she tried to scoop it up, took a big hop off the turf. That'd have been a really tough play to get Ortez.
And this is a line shot. I mean, if you're going to keep this in front of your body, there's a chance you're just going to get tattooed with that ball. I like her trying to go to the pick. Wasn't able to field it the way she wanted to, but that's a hard laser beam hit by Anissa Ortez.
10 points for her on the single. That's in there for strike 1 to Morgan Zirkle. The danger if your team Chidester is you didn't get to O'Toole in that first inning. And if you can't do it in the first inning or 2 that she's in there, you just about can't. It's not that she hasn't been in some trouble this week. She's had herself in some tight situations. She's just been able to get out of everything. And she talked about it. She's always real level-headed. Never gets too high, never gets too low in the circle. And you see that in high-pressure situations, bases loaded, 1 out. She doesn't break a sweat. Actually probably excels even more in those situations.
Well, and she says it herself. I mean, this is probably the less pressure that she's put on herself ever playing the game, because she knows it's the last time that she's going to play it. And she's announced her retirement. She told us on air. And I think when you put that out to the universe, you don't have a choice but to just enjoy it and be where your feet are at and truly appreciate what this game has given you. And it almost gives you this different joy and just belief in yourself of, I just get one more opportunity to go out the way I want. And when you get to close that chapter on your career, there's something very powerful about that, and getting to know when it's ending. And at times, professional athletes, especially women, don't know when that time is. So to be able to be the boss.
Oh, it's hit right over her head. It's back-to-back base hits, singles for Ortez and Zirkle.
And this is just a backdoor curveball. Stays a little bit over the heart of the plate. See, she's got a big smile on her face after, saying like, dang, missed that one.
And here's another one, a great, that will hang it up at the end of this Athletes Unlimited season, Amanda Chidester. Talk about some great battles right here down the stretch in this season. O'Toole versus Chidester in the box right now. Big swing there from Amanda Chidester. 1-1. Here's the Geico leaderboard. Chidester with a double would move ahead of Flippin into third place. She can also do that if they have some success consistently in this game. There's Alyssa Denham up into that 12th spot. She's just 20 back of Victoria Hayward for 11. Some other big names down the leaderboard. Taylor Edwards there in that 26th spot. We saw Sydney Littlejohn Watkins in this game as well. Maggie Ballant had a great day yesterday. Two-1 to Chidester. Down low, 3-1. This is Danielle O'Toole going to load the bases and show everybody exactly what I was talking about, how cool she is.
No, I think she's going to get back in this.
3-1 to Chidester. Off speed, Chidester! Every bit of it, she hit it off the lights! Oh my goodness! That is ridiculous!
This is an off-speed pitch, just up a little bit, and Chitty was on time. She knows it. I don't even think she knows that she hit the lights.
They were telling her.
That's incredible. That is, the camera's not even angled up there right now. It's so high up. Megan Wiggins was like, maybe, can we fool him? I tried to catch it.
And it was the top, I mean, it wasn't the light pole. It was the top of the lights.
That's a moonshot.
It is. That was a rocket.
316 feet. Still Mulipola leads with 322, but wow. Have a day, Amanda Chidester. It's because she heard you talking about the points. She needed 20 points to move up. She said, hey, I'm gonna give myself 40.
She only needed 4 to get back in the captain's chair before the night. Got that pretty quickly. Wow. 316 feet. I gotta be honest with you, I thought that was gonna be more.
So did I. I thought it was gonna give Mulipolas a run.
I think the light's throwing it off. I think it hit the light.
Yeah?
Things are getting thrown off. I mean, who knows where that would have,
You see
with
him
that crossing at that height, at that point in the field,
but there's
who
something,
knows where that would have landed?
But there's something in flight scope, right? That
I don't know.
we're gonna get to the bottom of this because this is a 316-foot. Camera couldn't even get the fact that it crushed the light. Megan Wiggins thought maybe. Wow, Amanda Chidester, you are so good.
Team Cheddister up 6-1. 3 runs there on the Amanda Chidester bomb. That's where it landed. That is true power and helping out her pitcher, Alyssa Denham, in a big way, Danielle.
I mean, as a pitcher, you love that. And she has come into this game and she's found different ways to get hitters out around the strike zone. She's gone up, she's gone down. She's used that off-speed pitch to her advantage. And she has thrown a gem so far. 3 innings pitched, giving up those 3 hits, the 1 earned run, 1 walk, 4 really clutch Ks. I think that her Ks have come at big times with runners on in big situations, and she's executed.
And I know we talked about it, you know, when would they pull Denham? I actually like that they're sending her back out there. Fresh slate, she got out of the jam in the last inning. I like this move, and now maybe the leash starts to get shorter with Groenewagen ready to roll. But I do like that they're going to send Alyssa Denham back out there for at least 1 more inning. The next 3 hitters are 1 for 3 off of her. Harshman doubled. She got Sanders to fly out, Vidalis to fly out, and then Palacios, who would be due up 4th, struck out. Oh, 0-1 count to DJ Sanders. Good spot there on the inside part of the plate. Oh-2. Off speed, left side. Fisher has it. To Chidester. Quick out.
Right fielder, 33, Kelsey Harshman.
Well, Team Jaquish needs to put up a 3 spot here. They want to make an attempt at winning the 4th inning points.
Harshman, she had the double last time up, stranded at 3rd base in the 2nd inning. She left Aubrey Leach on base, Alyssa Denham did last inning. So every inning so far, somebody has been standing on 3rd when she got the final out. Outside 1-1.
Good spot.
Seen her on both sides of the plate consistently. One-two. Too high. Harshman able to hold off. Kelsey Harshman dropped from 4th to 28th in week 2. Swinging the bat though still really well. Three-two from Denham. Outside, Harshman's aboard. Has reached both times to the plate against Denham now. Well, the Unlimited Club provides great benefits, including voting on league decisions, interaction with players, signed items, and more. For more information or to join, go to auprosports.com. You can vote on league decisions. I love the players voting on the MVPs at the end of games. Pass the iPad around. Every player picks 3 players. You're not ranking them. It's just who gets the most votes. And that's where you land on the MVP list. Whether it's 1, 2, or 3, it's all about how many votes you receive. And Chidester made a really nice grab yesterday in the first base dugout, reaching over the netting. They have to do something real special to get there. Off speed to Bayless. Tori flew out to right field her first time to the plate in the second inning. Down low.
You see Tori Bayless just wearing that shin guard down on her left shin. That's where she drilled herself yesterday. Said the trainers taped it, had to wear this compression all night.
Right field, and Biancastelli didn't read it. It bounces to the wall. Harshman rounds third. The throw home. Got her! Ramirez relays it into Svekis, who slaps the tag down for the second out.
This is a good piece of hitting. Outside part of the plate, this is a good quality spot by Alyssa Denham. This gets by Erica Biancastelli. She does have a cannon. Gwen Svekis makes the money tag to Kelsey Harshman sliding into home.
Big play right there in the game. Keeps that run off the board, and they are 1 out closer to securing the inning win points after the 3 runs in the top of the 4th.
It's a really good job by Gwen Svekis. You always just have to be mindful as a catcher, especially with catcher interference these days. You want to have that clear lane, give room to the runner to be able to have that space, but you're able to field that ball and then make that tag. It's a great job.
Nadia Taylor pinch hitting for Sachel Palacios. Taylor watches strike 1.
I was talking to Nadia Taylor today about heading over to be the assistant coach at Michigan State. Sharonda McDonald-Kelly, the head coach now, and it's like, you getting ready to go move in and be in that cold? You ready for Michigan? She says, oh, I'm ready.
His brother knows all about the cold. Patrick playing with the Packers. Waits on this one, just foul. Nadia Taylor, just a super great athlete and softball player, but an even better human being.
Yeah, it was sweet. I was in the Dome earlier today, and my daughter wanted to pitch, so I was just catching, and Nadia Taylor came over and just sat and talked with Maddie for 10 minutes, just interacting with her. And
oh, great stab by Denham. Athletic catch in the circle. I want to know at what point you draw the line catching your daughter. There has to come a time. There has to come a miles per hour.
I'm going forever.
Where you're not getting back there anymore.
Alyssa Denham, the high change, goes up to get it, uses her height to her advantage. 20 points for Team Chitty.
Can I get up here, P? Sorry, I'm trying to process. If I don't get a hit, it's not because of my process. You know what I'm saying? That doesn't count for anything.
What do you want? 2 strikes?
No.
Savannah Jaquish mic'd up talking to the home plate umpire Alex Leap, and that was a cool moment right there, and I love his response. I'll give you 2 strikes. Have that. Couple foul balls there. Her team's down 5 runs. They lost last night 12-7. They have a long way back right now in these final 3 innings. Game 1 of 2 on the final day of week number 3. Erica Piancastelli leads off the top of the 5th. They have all 40 win points so far in this game. They didn't have 40 until the last inning last night when Kiki Stokes delivered and helped collect 40 rollover points. They lost the game, but they got something from it. They could have a huge night tonight. Hit down the right field line, foul.
We obviously see a lot with how hitters gain points in Athletes Unlimited, but as far as the stat points for pitchers and how they're able to gain points, it's based on outs. So outs recorded, doesn't matter what that out looks like, that's going to be +4 points for that pitcher. And those earned runs, that's where it starts to get tricky. So it's -10 for every single earned run up on the board. So you put donuts up on the board, you're having a good day, but you give up 4, 5, 6 runs, you're looking at maybe -50, -60 points on that leaderboard.
Two, and again down that right field line, foul ball. Castelli working on the 7th pitch of the at-bat. Pair of walks already belong to her. Hit hard at Romero, and it bounces up and gets Sydney. She knocks it down. Hopefully she's all right. A couple of those that have went towards Sydney Romero at shortstop tonight.
Yeah, she's been getting some hot shots right at her. And this is tricky because the turf, most times you can play that perfect hop, but this had so much speed behind it where it was tough to kind of plan on what that hop was going to look like, and it just got up on her. Glad she's okay.
I'll rule it a single for Piancastelli. Gwen Svekis watches strike one. Gwen, 2 singles. Scored a run, has brought a run around. If you joined us late, last inning, Amanda Chidester hit a 3-run home run off the light fixture in left center field, the very top of the lights. I'm still trying to figure out how she hit that ball that hard.
Waited on the change. Usually speed on speed works. Like if you're facing a pitcher that throws decent velocity, that helps. But I mean, she timed that changeup up so good. Almost as if she's stood in the batter's box and knew the changeup was coming and said, I'm swinging no matter what. That's how big of a hack that was.
(3-1). This is hit well by Svekis into center field. Nichols cuts it off. So Piancastelli stays at second base, and it's first and second with nobody out against Danielle O'Toole. Well, we're not done yet. The Week 4 draft coming up tomorrow afternoon, 5 Eastern. You can visit auprosports.com. And then Week 4 starting next Friday. Coverage continuing on ESPN+. Eric Collins and Madison Shipman coming back to the ballpark to take care of you along with Key Michael. And then it's back to Eric Collins and Danielle Laurie for the championship week. Rachel Lewis pinch running at second base. Riley Bayless at the plate. Nobody out. O'Toole has fallen out of the top 10 in this game. She bounced back and find a way out of this with nobody out. First pitch outside to Bayless. Looking for her first professional hit. Grounder over Jaquish. Romero tried to make the tag, and they will say she got Lewis going to third. And there's no argument from Lewis, so you have to imagine it was a good call. Good play there by Sydney Romero.
When I thought for a second that there was going to be a collision, that Sydney Romero and Rachel Lewis were going to maybe collide. That ball goes off of Savannah Jaquish's mitt. Sydney Romero coming in to get it.
This might be a good challenge. It was hard to tell from that angle. But this might be a good challenge right here by Team Chidester to see if Sydney Romero tagged Lewis on her way to third. It was weird because the way Lewis reacted, she didn't have any issues with the call. I don't think so.
You don't think she tagged her?
Do you?
No, I'm just trying to see if there looks like there's any interaction between the runner and the infielder. Because if you touch each other at all, Rachel Lewis is an automatic out.
Yes, good
and
point.
Infielders are technically at times taught when you're going to go field that ball. If there's a runner in front of you, you run into him because it's an automatic for you. So for me, it's just about yeah, you want to look tag first and foremost, but Sydney Romero was in a tough spot because she fully couldn't go get the ball because the runner was right in front of her.
And I'm not stepping in the baseline with Rachel Lewis coming downhill at me.
No way. And if the ball was fully in the glove at that point,
it does kind of go with Lewis, but it's hard to tell if it's contact or if it's her flipping the glove that way to try and tag.
Well, and is there enough evidence to overturn the call? That's ultimately what the instant replay is. There has to be enough.
I get the feeling she didn't tag her, but I also think it's going to be tough to overturn this call. Rachel Palmer is communicating the call to the umpires right now. We'll have it momentarily.
Are we ready? The call in the field will stand. There's not enough evidence to overrule that.
I think that's a good decision. And I stand by it. I don't think she tagged her, but there's no way to overturn it. You can't tell. There's that bang, bang. Romero's glove turns, and you're not sure, is that contact or is it her flipping the glove to try and make a tag?
Yep, I'm with you.
That's a good decision by our replay official, Rachel Palmer, sitting in the booth next door. And there's one out. It is a big out. Allie Harrell will pinch hit for Team Chidester. In for Stokes O'Connor. Harrell thought about it, lets it go for strike one. Allie Harrell with her fellow Marshall grad Morgan Zirkle on the same team this week. Harrell into left field, Wiggins under it and makes the catch. Hit it well. She just can't find a hole this season right now. That's what Chedester's thinking as she's going back to the dugout. It's a good swing, but Wiggins was there.
It's a good piece. Just right at her.
2 away for O'Toole. Down low to Riley Bayless. Or excuse me, to Abby Ramirez. Abby's had a really good game so far. A 2 RBI double back in the second inning for the first runs of the game for Team Cheddister. And then the great relay throw, and she paints the third baseline. Fair ball. Svek is coming around from second. She will score. Have a day, Abby Ramirez.
This is really good placement. It's a little soft slap right up the third baseline. Jaquish turns on the wheels to get home. But, I mean, you're right. Have yourself a day, Abby Ramirez. That big-time double to score the first runs of the game here for Team Chitty, and she just continues to carry on with that momentum.
Initiated a captain's challenge of the play that hit a moment ago off the bat of Abby Ramirez.
And I believe Savannah Jaquish is going to challenge if this ball was fair or foul. Let's look.
Fair ball.
I think so. That angle's awkward. This camera is not right down the third base line, the left field line.
Totally.
So it's a little bit, and we had this issue the other night. It's tough. It makes it a little more difficult, but we'll see what the call is.
The ball is fair. It went over the bag, and it's a bounding ball over the bag. The call is confirmed.
I think that's a good call too. That was actually, we had a good view of it, but I think that was easier to see from live from up here in the booth when it initially happened. I don't think there was any doubt. I don't blame Savannah Jaquish for challenging that, though. You get 2 a game, and why not try and take a run off the board right there? There's inning points on the line. Now Ortez has a chance. Riley Bayless on second. She is so active at all times.
Back to back, great pitches. I mean, we have a lot of Team Mexico going on here. Anissa Ortez, Sachelle Palacios, Danielle O'Toole. All of these women competed in the Olympics last summer.
Sydney Romero at shortstop.
Tori Vidalis at first.
Ortez is on the wrong team this week. Just about had Team Mexico for Savannah Jaquish. Just outside. O'Toole wanted that one, but it's 2-2.
This is her backdoor curveball.
That one does run too far outside, 3-2. Anissa Ortez trying to pad that 6-run lead here in the 5th. Swings at this one into right field, and a nice catch on the run by Kelsey Harshman. Another run comes across thanks to Abby Ramirez. It's a 6-run lead for Team Chidester, trying to collect another 10-inning win points. Back in Rosemont, 7-1. Team Chidester plates another run. Let's check in with Key Michael down with Morgan Zirkle's mom, Tammy Workman.
Tammy, not only are you Morgan Zirkle's mom, well, not only is Morgan Zirkle known as a 2-time Olympic medalist, but she's also an aunt.
Yes, Hadley and Braxton. Yes, they call her Baba. They Hadley couldn't pronounce her name for a long time, and it's just kind of stuck and went with her.
So sweet. I'm sure they will be all-stars in no time, but she almost didn't play softball, is that right?
Right. We moved from one town to another when she was in 2nd grade, and she come home from school one day, and she had some flyers in her backpack, and she pulled one out, and she's like, Mom, I want to play soccer. And there was a softball one in there also, and I was like, let's try softball.
I think she made the right choice, but when she's not playing softball, she's pretty athletic in other things. Is she a good surfer? That's what I'm hearing.
She is. Well, she's tried it one time. She's very adventurous. She traveled to Hawaii this past December to visit her cousin, and while she was there, she's like, I'm going to give it a go, and she did, and she loved it.
Awesome. Well, we love having her as part of the AU family. She's been here for 3.5 seasons because AUX as well, but we love having her. And thank you so much for being here as well. Awesome. Back to you guys.
And Morgan Zirkle, one of the most consistent performers, really, in Athletes Unlimited. And another one, I think, in some ways, just does it quietly. Just always seems to be on base, always a tough out. She's out in center field this week for Team Chidester.
She really is one of the biggest triple threats here in Athletes Unlimited. Just the pop she has.
Oof, perfectly placed by Wiggins. And Wiggins, that went awkwardly off of Ortez's glove. She kind of tried to scoop it up, it looked like. And Wiggins ends up at second base.
This is just a little flare that gets over Sam Fisher's head and off Anissa Ortez's glove. Able to get to second base.
It's a double for Wiggins. That's 20 points for the Georgia veteran. Aubrey Leach swinging first pitch. She does that. She is ready to go at the plate. Seems like she so often is attacking that first pitch. .333 on the season, top 25 right now for Aubrey. Took a year off last year. Started law school at Tennessee. Asked her before this week started, what's it look like for you when softball season's going on? She's a GA for Tennessee. She's going to law school. I said, what's a day look like for you? She said, well, I like to get a workout in, so it usually starts around 5 a.m. So she's got classes, practice, and reading and homework at night. And it usually ends around 12:30 or 1 in the morning. And I'm thinking, no way.
Yeah.
No way. That is 4 hours of sleep? I don't think so.
Yeah.
Pops it up. It's a 1-2 count. (7-1) the score here in the bottom of the 5th inning. Team Jaquish needs 1 run to make these inning points roll over. 2 runs to take them. That's a great location from Denham as Leach goes down looking. Is it Alyssa Denham's day? It just might be. That's her 5th strikeout and the first out of the inning.
Look at that really pretty drop ball rotation. You're really seeing that 12-6 spin down on it.
Oh, and Sam Fisher can't handle it, and then she almost stepped on it too. So it's first and second. Romero reaches on the air.
It almost looked like when she fielded it, she was already looking at first before she fully had it in her mitt, just wasn't able to glove that up.
She will have fun with that if they get out of this inning without any runs.
For sure.
Because it was almost a not top 10 moment with her stepping on that ball. She could have fallen.
She makes light of everything, and that's, you have to. I always think if you take this game too serious or the moment's too serious, you don't have as much fun. It's fun to be able to mess up and chuckle at yourself a little bit or trying to make other people laugh. And if anyone is a pro's pro at making people laugh, it's Sam Fisher. So she'll look at that as an opportunity for someone to laugh at her, and she likes it. Probably doesn't like making that error. That's a play she knows she makes.
She's trying to help Alyssa Denham out, who is up to second this weekend in points at 298. If Fisher would have made that play, Denham would have been over 300 points for the weekend alone. And I think if this game continues in the way it's going, Denham will end up well over 400 because they would win and get at least 50 more win points, potentially 60 with the 10 inning win points here in the 5th. But also, she's got a really good chance at an MVP.
It's a good spot.
Ooh. Sam Fisher is actually the top point getter this weekend.
I mean, that's a really pretty pitch. That's a pitch that needs to be called a strike.
3-1 off speed outside. The bases are loaded. And it is a chance right now for Team Jaquish to get back in this. Haley Wagner warming up in the bullpen for Team Chidester. We've seen Groenewagen out there as well. It's Wiggins, Romero, and Jaquish on the base paths for Bubba Nichols. Off speed, swinging, and foul. Bubba had 3 home runs entering week 3. She still sits at that number. In 7th place on the leaderboard. Just 1 out in the inning. It was the strikeout of Aubrey Leach. Maggie Ballin out there in the bullpen now getting ready. Ground ball through the 5-6 hole. Wiggins coming in. Stokes O'Connor lost it. Another run will score. 2 of them come across to make it a 7-3 game, and that's 10 inning win points for everybody on Team Jaquish.
Next up, the designated player, number 37, DJ Sanders.
It's a good piece by Bubba Nichols. Stays on plane with it. Love it. Head on it. Just pulls it right through the 5-6 hole. This slight little bobble by Kiki Stokes just allows for that second run to score.
Bubba Nichols credited with one of those runs coming in. And there's 2 errors in the inning now against Team Chidester. Still 2 runners out there for Alyssa Denham. That misses to DJ Sanders, ball 1. DJ is 0 for 2 tonight. Good spot on the outside corner for strike 1. Fouled that back. 2 strikes for Denham now.
Alyssa Denham, they could have been out of this inning. I mean, she's been throwing well. This is not to say that she, all of a sudden the wheels have fallen off. That is not the case at all. She's still been very good, hitting good, crisp spots. Just a couple defensive miscues have added up here.
Sanders, Ramirez has it to Cheddister. They go back to second, and they're gonna say out at second. Jaquish immediately shaking her head. Ramirez didn't realize how far Jaquish was off the bag, so she went to first, and then Chidester back to second.
We've already used 2 of those captain's challenges, I thought. It's a liner.
She's safe.
She gets back in there.
Jaquish immediately knew it.
Was a line drive, inning-ending double play with Savannah Jaquish called out at second base. Team Jaquish has initiated challenge.
Yep.
Back in. Call is overturned.
The inning will continue.
Savannah Jaquish safe at second base. So that's her second challenge of the game. And she's out of them. But it was worth it because they keep this inning going. And Denham has 1 more out to get. So the situation will be 2 outs with runners on first and second. There's still a little confusion right now. Zirkle had to come back out of the dugout still to get back out to center field. Now can Denham lock in here and get an out? And it's a big out. It's still a 4-run game. But Kelsey Harshman could change that very quickly. They've already secured 10-inning win points. They want to try and crawl closer in this game with still 2 innings to play. Outside 2-0. Again, same spot, maybe a little closer, and gets the strike call. 2-1. Bottom of the 5th, one more game to come here on ESPN Plus. Make sure you tune in for that one as well. Team Mulipola, Team McClenny, they were teammates last week, and they cap off week 3 going head-to-head as captains.
Yeah, it was Haley McClenny, Mulipola, and Chidester. Or all those 3 on one team. How's that?
Well, they won't be again because they went undefeated for a reason. The bases are loaded. Harshman on first. Jaquish coming home. And now are they going to allow this? Savannah Jaquish has gone back to the dugout, and they're going to say that run counts. I think Team Cheddister thought that it was a dead ball, that they had the ball in the circle.
We'll see if Alyssa Denham stays in the circle. If she goes out of the circle, yeah, I mean, she's...
Oh.
To my knowledge, it's always been the pitcher has the ball in the circle, that it's a dead ball. You can't run at it. I feel like that's the first time I've ever seen that.
So Gwen Svekis is irate right now with Alex Leap behind home plate. Well, how much will that run matter? It seems like when stuff like this happens, it just always seems to kind of cascade. And you've got Tori Vidalis at the plate. She represents the tying run. Off speed, and Ortez cuts it off, nowhere to go. Bases are loaded. An infield single for Vidalis. So our replay official, Rachel Palmer, says because Savannah Jaquish never stopped, she stayed in motion the entire time, that she was able to score on that play. Good on Savannah Jaquish.
For sure.
A great hustle and a heads-up play to score a run that could be absolutely crucial in this game.
Well, just those little things are so important, but learning moment for all, right? I think that's something to recognize now. Team Chidester knows that this can happen, and Jaquish sees that it's a ball 4 and just sneaks a peek to look at Alyssa Denham, and she just doesn't stop at all. Yeah, Gwen Svekis not happy about it.
That's it for Alyssa Denham. It's going to be Maggie Ballant, Savannah Jaquish, and Ellie Cooper just had a long talk outside their dugout. This is what's reviewable in Athletes Unlimited. Fair or foul, all the aspects of a scoring play, placement of runners. I mean, really, this is, I think, more complete of a review system than any other stick and ball sport has, any league. Savannah Jaquish coming home on a heads-up play. Here's Maggie Ballant. Huge situation for her. You got to feel for Alyssa Denham, too, because it really was. She was spinning at Jim. But Maggie Ballant, she's been good recently.
Yeah, and her last outing hit some great spots down in the zone. McClinney wasn't having that one. Down and into Amanda Lorenz. But to me, all three of those pitches, the beauty of them was kept them down in the zone. That's the biggest thing against these hitters. You elevate that ball at all besides a rise ball, you could find yourself in trouble. These hitters are so good where they can barrel up stuff up in the zone. She's got a great screwball, has a good rise. But if I've seen Maggie Ballo do anything, it's just been good quality spots, hitting corners, and doesn't fear going in. She will pump it in on your hands and hit a good spot.
1-1 to Palacios, his outside ball 2. Palacios 0 for 1. She was pinch hit for last time. That misses up top. 3-1. Ballon has to bring one here to Sachel Palacios. Is this the inning for Jaquish? They put up 5 against McClinney in night number 1. That's outside. And I thought that was ball 4. It is. Ballon walks a run in. As Bubba Nichols comes across, she's the 4th run in the 5th inning, and it is a 2-run game here in Rosemont. Can Pallant end it here? Megan Wiggins for the 2nd time this inning. Outside corner strike. Wiggins doubled and scored to lead this one off. Right back to that spot. Why not? 0-2. Now Wiggins has to protect. Can the veteran deliver? Too far outside, ball 1.
It's crazy. This inning should have ended 10 minutes ago.
Alyssa Denham would be feeling strong, and who knows, we might have seen her back in the 6th. I mean, what a great performance that really, for Denham, shouldn't get washed away completely. She'll probably feel all right, but it's a little bittersweet right now. She was terrific against a really good offense and had her team set to finish the week on a high note. Now they're fighting. Two back to the outside corner. Fisher has this one, and that's going to do it for the inning. Ballant walks one in, but strands the bases loaded after that. Savannah Jaquish setting the tone for her team and picking up their 1st inning win points of the game. For every run scored in this year's Athletes Unlimited softball season, aspiration is planting 10 trees. And Team Jaquish planting plenty of them that last inning thanks to Aspiration's support, as well as Team Chidester.
Still don't know if I've ever seen a women's softball player hit it off the lights. It's a first for me.
New pitcher, the rookie out of Duke, Peyton St. George. Saw her yesterday. It was a tough outing. She came in at a tough spot. But coming in right now to try and keep things right where they are and give Team Jaquish a chance.
That's all that you want coming into the game, especially late. You want to use your tools to your advantage. Throws the ball pretty hard, has some good, decent upspin. Let's see if you can have a nice quick inning, get your team back in. They got some momentum. I mean, the score, we got a 7-5 ball game with 6 outs left to play around with.
Two, 3, 4 in the Team Chidester order. Morgan Zirkle's 1 for 3 tonight. Just outside. 1-1. Heard from Morgan Zirkle's mom in the stands with Key Michael earlier. Hoping she can come through again right here to lead off this inning. Into the turf, ball 2.
Our camera crew working hard. Weather's a little better than the 95 and humid as ever last weekend. I'm sure they would prefer to be.
Yeah, might be a little chilly even tonight. Good part for Alyssa Denham. On a personal note, that last inning, only one of the runs was earned for her, so she only lost 10 points. Zirkle's aboard for Amanda Chidester, the electrician.
Change up on time. Couldn't even get a good angle of it. Camera couldn't even get it. It was so high. Megan Wiggins tried her best to fool the crowd and say, hey, no, that was in here, but got out of here in a heartbeat, well over 300 feet.
79 miles per hour off the bat, straight into the wind, and still put her off the lights.
Yeah.
There was a car driving by that's thankful that the light fixture was there and that the wind is blowing as hard as it is.
Gosh, wouldn't that be something? You hit a car going by?
You'd be mad until you saw the replay and you'd be like, I don't even think that was possible. You should be safe out there,
that would
really.
be pretty cool.
Two-0 to Chidester. In there for strike 1.
This is Peyton St. George's off-speed pitch. Good job by Palacios. Gets right behind it. It's a good pitch. I don't know where that's missing, and you can tell she's frustrated. Just trying to figure out, and that's really how the first inning goes down. When you first get out there, it's establishing the strike zone, figuring out what pitch you're going to be able to get for a strike. And right now, her screwball is not able to get called, that down and away.
Inside almost got Chidester. It is back-to-back walks here in the 6th for St. George. Can she dial it in against Sam Fisher? The only pitcher we haven't seen for Team Jaquish is Shannon Sale today. Saw her yesterday and she threw pretty well for a considerable part of that game, and she just got out to the bullpen down the left field line to start getting loose again. Ground ball left side, Romero glove flip to third, and there's one away.
Right fielder, number 34, Castelli.
This is just a swaggy little play by Sid Romero, the glove flip. Savannah Jaquish gets out of the way of a sliding Zirkle.
First and second, one out for Pion Castelli. Good spot there from St. George to start her off with a strike. Haven't been able to get Pion Castelli out yet. To the inside corner from St. George. Good location here on the first 2 pitches. Erica Pion Castelli was not in San Diego for AUX to play, but she was there the final series to watch. She got to see Danielle O'Toole get crowned the first ever AUX champion for Athletes Unlimited softball. She said it was a much different experience from a fan perspective, hearing people talk about it in the stands, watching the leaderboard. She's always one to keep an eye on. Came into this week in 8th place.
It's a good pitch. She's getting pinched. say about that.
Back to the inside, Pianca. Stelly walks. 3 out of 4 batters have walked against Peyton St. George. I think there is some frustration brewing with her right now. You wouldn't know it there, but maybe it's shock more than frustration. And I know it's in there somewhere. Savannah Jaquish talking her team up right now in the circle. Gwen Svekis comes up with the bases loaded and 1 out, and Gwen was not happy about Jaquish scoring when Denham had the ball in the circle. She was really upset. She could wipe that out with 1 swing right here. Outside corner, strike 1. Three singles to her name, an RBI and a couple runs scored. 1-1. Gwen was struggling in San Diego at AUX. In the last couple days, had a couple great swings, couple home runs, and the first one she hit, she threw her hands up in the air, and it was just complete relief for her.
I mean, if we're hanging with the new strike zone illustration, a good chunk of these are in that radius.
Popped up, this is so high. Jaquish tracking it, and it's into the stands.
I felt like I saw some gloves there, and then everyone bailed. Could be wrong, but no, maybe it was the bag. Not the popcorn bag. I saw a purse.
Hold something out. 2-2. Just 1 out. 22nd pitch for Peyton St. George. Up top, Svekis pops it up, edge of the infield. Romero is backing under it. There's 2 outs. Nice job by Sydney Romero, dealing with the wind. She's still gusting straight in from center field. Riley Bayless, again back up, looking for that first professional hit. What a moment this would be for her to do it in. St. George gets the call in the outside corner, strike 1. St. George out at Duke, a 3rd-team All-American this year. Popped up, and that will get out of play. Thought for a second it was going to end up in the rails of the rail cam, and we were going to have a serious issue on top of the dugout. I love, this is my favorite camera, I think. It is so cool. Swing and a miss. St. George strands the bases loaded. She's fired up. And Team Jaquish is still very much in this game.
Big clutch strikeout here for Peyton St. George. Team Jaquish wants to continue rolling and carrying on that momentum. We got a 2-run ball game here, folks. 6 outs left for Team Jaquish.
Our Geico defensive play of the game. Nice little relay, textbook.
Yes, Erica Piancastelli what an arm from right field, but does a good job of hitting the cutoff to Abby Ramirez on the money to Gwen Svekis. I love me a good relay.
Castelli originally kind of misjudged that ball, but it ended up working out. And we actually have a change on Alyssa Denham's line. All of those runs are now unearned. So it ends up being a really good personal performance for her. She'd still be in line for the win if they can hang on here. It's the top of the order here in the 6th. Aubrey Leach to lead it off, 1 for 3 tonight. Can she get this team going? Outside corner, good location there from Ballant, really popping the mitt. Remember, all these teams, this is the last day of week 3. We get new rosters tomorrow afternoon. One of my favorite days. I love draft day, getting to check out the new rosters and see what's going on. Leach up the middle, past Ortez, a leadoff single for Team Jaquish. Don't miss your chance to come out here and see some Athletes Unlimited softball. Pop a shot. There you go. I need to get out there. I don't know what I'm doing up here. You can get your tickets at auprosports.com/tickets.
I'm pretty confident in my basketball abilities.
Are you?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm just telling you, I don't leave a place till the record's broken. Which it might be a long time.
Bold move,
but
Cotton.
it's gonna happen.
Bold move.
Yeah.
Show you who's boss coming into these arcade spots. I'm not leaving.
Yeah.
Till the record is mine.
Kids are waiting in line, and I'm thinking, nope.
That's how I felt about the sport of softball, but I'd probably be playing until I'm like 80, so I decided to just reel it in. These records, I'm okay.
We've got a few. Geico leaderboard.
Ooh, it's close.
It is. It's getting closer. Jaquish is on deck. A triple would tie things with Mulipola. There's still 70 win points on the line in this game between the last 2 innings and the game itself. Have you thought about how you would draft? Like, is it for you, would it be you wanted a specific position? Or would you think, let me get my next arm? Do you pick a catcher you really want to throw to? Have you ever thought about that?
Yeah, I would. If I wasn't a pitcher, I would be going with a really good arm.
Okay.
Someone that you know that you can rely on for 2 solid starts. I think that's really important to think about. And I would try to at least put together a pitching staff that complements each other in a different way, like a lefty righty, someone that's a little bit more up, someone primarily down, like Rachel Garcia, Alyssa Denham. Both of them would complement each other well. So I would go pitcher very early, but then I got to go middle infield. Solid K, backwards K on Sydney Romero by Maggie Ballant. I think there's something to be said about the shortstops in this league. Anissa Ortez, Hannah Flippin, Sis Bates, and just what those women are, leaders. Romero knows it.
Yeah.
I also think your relationship with people is really important, because they're being able to play with people that you know, that you trust and you can grind with. And yeah, you don't want to go pick a whole team of all your friends, but I think there's something to be said about playing with people you trust that can kind of help you out a little bit as well.
And I think you can credit a lot of what Abby Ramirez has done this week to exactly what you're talking about. This is a team that she knows well. She's played with a lot of these players for a lot of years, knows them well, and she seems comfortable on the field. She's getting a great opportunity this week, and she has come through in a big way.
Well, in that play she made Friday night up the middle.
Tremendous.
I mean, Anissa Ortez right out of the gate, and then Abby Ramirez.
It gets away from Svekis, and Sam Fisher said it's not happening again, and she ran home.
She's saying, you never know. I don't know with you guys. I don't know what you're going to pull. I got to cover the base.
2-1 to Jaquish.
It's a good spot.
What a chance, too, for her.
It's almost kind of like strike zone has maybe gotten a little bit smaller as we've gotten into the 5th and the 6th inning.
3-1. Down low, ball 4, and Svekis wants to keep Leach honest. 1st and 3rd. The go-ahead run coming to the plate in Bubba Nichols. RBI single her last time up and came around to score. Big chance for Bubba right here. Upstairs, ball 1.
Good spot.
Just misses off that outside corner. Bubba Nichols 10 points behind Sam Fisher on the leaderboard for the 5th spot. Ooh, big cut there and fouls it back.
Oof. What a ball game. Close. Going into the 6th and 7th inning. It could be anyone's game.
It always feels like, I feel like Sundays always feel like postseason. Everyone trying to go, and especially this week, because everyone comes in with 1 win. It's all really level as far as how the results have gone. You're trying to be one of those top 2 teams, to carry momentum as an individual and as a team, even though you'll get broken up a little bit as this is hit foul.
And I feel like these players know what's at stake. Like the important, like Savannah Jaquish knows how close she is and where she's at and where she wants to be. And you want to be the top dog at the end of it. There's just this confidence you carry when you wear that gold uniform. That means you're at top the leaderboard. You are the one right now. You are the leader in all points out of 60+ women. So there's just this competitive piece that's instilled in these women to want to be that.
Bubba Nichols walks. That's 2 straight walks for Ballint. And the bases are loaded for DJ Sanders. It's a chilly, windy night here in Rosemont, Illinois. The final night of week 3. Down low, ball 1 to Sanders. When Svekis calls time, she wants to talk. And Alyssa Denham was rolling. And just a few errors.
And just that little bobble there kind of hurt them. They would have been out of that inning for sure. Kiki Stokes O'Connor, just that little bobble allows for Sydney Romero to score.
Base hit, Sanders into left field. Jaquish around from second, and we are tied. DJ Sanders delivers.
A tie ball game. Say what?
Number 33, Kelsey Marshman.
It's a great piece of hitting. Just pretty good corner by Maggie Ballint. DJ Sanders turns on it. Continuing to keep passing the bat, getting some momentum. It just keeps building every inning for Team Jaquish.
They just picked up 10 more inning win points. That's back-to-back. They were 4-1 in the 5th. 2-0 here in the 6th to tie things up. Oh, off of Fisher's glove. It was hit hard by Harshman. Sanders holds up at third. But Team Jaquish has come all the way back, and they have the lead.
Just kind of hops up on her. She wanted it. Sam Fisher wishes she could have that one back.
That's it for Maggie Ballant. What a turn of events. Sarah Groenewagen trying to put a Band-Aid on it. Wow, what a start. Game 1 of the final day of week 3. And there's still plenty more to come. I think it's as close as it has been past the halfway point of a season to this point in Athletes Unlimited history. We've got the week 4 draft coming up Monday at 5 Eastern. You can visit auprosports.com. And then back here next Friday on ESPN Plus for the first doubleheader of week 4. They're getting ready out there. Team McClenny and Team Mulipola here on ESPN Plus. Amanda Lorenz and Victoria Hayward keeping it light. Courtney Gano talking to Charlotte Morgan, the facilitator. Leah Andrews out there, Haley Busby. They will all be in action shortly. Sarah Groenewagen, so good to see her back after missing last week. She's been good.
She has, yeah, great changeup. And she still said she's trying to figure it out. She doesn't feel 100% seasoned and ready in mid-season form, but I think that's why she's in the bullpen as long as she is, getting those reps, and that's really what gets your feet under you and you're feeling good. She's got a good little rise ball, but more importantly, it's that changeup. She moves side to side well with that curveball and that screw. She's got to have the mentality to mix speeds here. Want to keep it close for Team Chitty.
Just one out. Vidalis waits on the off speed and hits it into left center field. Sanders scores. Vidalis up to second and Harshman into third.
The catcher, number 13, Sashel Palacios.
RBI double for Vidalis, her second double in the game, her third hit.
Well, and some of these hitters are just, I think about the Amanda Chidester bomb off O'Toole, and then I look at Tori Vidalis. It's almost like they know exactly what's coming. Their timing is on point. They're not fooled whatsoever.
Cole Rangel Mendez pinch running for Vidalis at second. Tori has been on fire at the plate. First pitch strike to Palacios from Groenewagen. This is the second time in 2 weeks we've seen a team score 4 runs in back-to-back innings to erase a huge lead. Question is, are they done yet? There's still just one out. It was Sydney Romero who struck out looking a long time ago. DJ Sanders coming through again with a 2 RBI double. Ooh, a little chin music from Sarah G.
Climbs the ladder with that rise ball.
Off speed, Palacios sits on it, over Zirkle! Sashel delivers! 2 runs will score, and it's a double for Sashel Palacios. What a turn!
Fielder, number 25, Megan Wiggins.
And it's a changeup. It's back-to-back Team Mexico players, Tori Vidalis and Sashel Palacios, on time with the changeup, not fooled. That is 10 runs in the bottom half of the last 2 innings.
They sit and change up right now?
I don't know if they're sitting changeup, but clearly there's just some momentum going. They're having good at-bats. They're definitely on time with pitches. And against the Sarah Groenewagen, if I'm going up against her right now, based on what we've seen over the course of the last couple of outings, she's thrown the changeup a lot. She probably throws it 3, 4 out of 6 pitches to a hitter. So I would be okay to have that mentality as a hitter to sit on it.
A lot of times it is too good anyway.
It is, I know. But I think when Sarah Groenewagen has all the tools in the toolbox working, meaning curveball that she can pump in, her drop ball, her rise ball, her screw, and the changeup, she's way harder. When she's struggling to figure out those other pitches to locate, she has to go a little bit more with that changeup. And these hitters are pretty good, if you haven't noticed, so they find a way to adjust to that changeup.
I wonder if this is her in her first week back after missing week 2. She won't really start to dial it in next week, and she was good the other day when she came in, when she started. Great diving tag by Groenewagen. Palacios stays at third. That is a tremendous hustle play by Sarah Groenewagen.
Here's the second baseman, number 75, Aubrey Leach.
Good hustle. You gotta do what you gotta do.
That is a great play.
She's trying to pull an Odyssey Alexander.
There you
That's
go.
what she's trying to do.
Big out number 2. Palacios stays at third. That one is over Groenewagen. Aubrey Leach tests her as they bat around for the second straight inning.
Just slaps this right back up the middle.
Seven runs in the 6th inning. Aubrey has already taken 1 base in this inning. Will she go again with Sydney Romero at the plate? Romero has a 1-1 count to Sarah Groenewagen. She was the first out of the inning. Struck out looking to Maggie Ballin. Fouls this one into the concourse for strike 2.
I feel like the bottom of this 6th inning has been solid 30 minutes.
Well, how about Team Jaquish? They lost last night 12-7 to Team Mulipola. And they might flip the script perfectly on Team Chidester.
I don't know if you can notice, but there's this cute little baby sitting in front of you with these. We keep making goo goo gaga eyes at each other. Look at how cute he is.
Says, is that Daniel Laurie?
He's got a Notorious B.I.G. shirt on. I mean, he really does. He's got the Biggie shirt on. That's why we kind of started looking at each other. So cute.
One-two count to Romero from Groenewagen. Inside, Sydney has to get out of the way.
Big inning here for Team Jaquish, because now you put Team Cheddister in a situation in the top of the 7th. Try to come back and win this ball game. Only got 3 outs left.
Romero waited on it again. Great patience at the plate. Savannah Jaquish coming back up. She's walked and scored both of her last 2 trips to the plate. Last of which was earlier this inning. Second spot on the leaderboard, a .444 average for Jaquish this season. And they stop the bleeding here. They would need a huge 7th inning, at least 1, to try to pick up some inning points, but what a turn in this 6th inning. And 5th for that matter. And I think if you really wanted to narrow it down to one thing, Savannah Jaquish taken home, getting that run earlier in this game. Just felt like it threw a wrinkle into everything for Team Chidester. 0-2 just a little bit high, 1-2.
Like, is that me or is that a called strike? That's you.
One, two. Outside. They're making Groenewagen work. Savannah Jaquish trying to lead her team to 2 wins here in week 3. Again, upstairs 3-2. First and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch to Jaquish. And got it outside corner for Groenewagen. But 7 runs come across in the 6th inning for Team Jaquish. They bat around for the 2nd straight frame, and it's 10 points for everybody on Team Jaquish. (12-7), 19 runs, 25 hits combined in this game. What a game it's been, and a turn of events for Team Jaquish. Our Athletes Unlimited lacrosse season wrapping up earlier today. As it stands, it is so close, and we hope we get this here at softball, but it's so close at the top. Taylor Marino, as of right now, is the champion with 1,792 points, but Sam Apuzzo is 10 points behind her. They're still waiting to officially declare Taylor Marino that lacrosse champion, but what a season it was. Watched those games today before I came here. Tremendous, tremendous stuff. That's the drama we need. That's the drama we love. We got it in San Diego in that shortened season. It's harder to do over across 5 weeks of a full championship season. I think it's going to happen. I think we're going to get it this year.
I think it's going to be very close. And you just even look at the halfway point of where we're at with Athletes Unlimited softball, and it's very close.
Oh, what a play! Savannah Jaquish with a bare hand on the run, and she's a little shaken up. Coming in, and I think she ended up making contact with the home plate umpire, Alex Leap.
That's
what a play.
A great play. Just wanted to see how that collision was at home, because they were trying to make sure the bat was out of the way when she was going through. And they both just don't even kind of notice each other. Oh, that hurts. Glad she's okay. That hurts. Heck of a play, though.
It really was. It was just unfortunate timing. Abby Ramirez, no, she did not. And just shy of a home run, but Ramirez is on the move, and she will hold up at third. That was almost a tremendous over-the-shoulder catch by Bubba Nichols. I thought Abby Ramirez just went yard. I think she might have.
The wind, I think, kept this in. Went down and got it. Great piece. Ooh!
Abby Ramirez, a 2 RBI double, an RBI single, and now a triple. Give her another chance at the plate. Turns it over to the top of the order with Ortez. Ground ball, second base. They're coming home, and I think they got her. No, she's safe. Ramirez around the tag of Palacios. And I don't think Savannah Jaquish has any challenges. She's out. She's out of challenges. They're discussing this. The umpires themselves can call for a challenge if they feel like it's necessary.
You can tell Amanda Chidester not happy about it.
She is heated. She knows how big this is because they stole 40 points yesterday in the final inning, so she'd like to get 10 more here and make their total 50, but it is an umpire challenge. I'll tell you what, it might not matter. That is really close. That is tough. Has to be inconclusive to be overturned by our replay official, Rachel Palmer.
Ooh.
That's an interesting look.
And why this matters, not only because they want to get back in the game and they want to win, but the inning points. You still have to play the bottom of the inning. Team Jaquish has to go and hit.
We've got the call.
The call is confirmed. The runner is safe.
I think that's a good decision. That one view was interesting, but I think even though there was a tag on the back, I think the hand was already on home plate anyway. So the challenge does not matter. And Team Cheddister scores here in the 7th. We will play the bottom half. Chidester would like to force the bottom half the old-fashioned way, though. They'd like to find a way to get 4 more runs in this inning. Good spot there from St. George, trying to close the door. Zirkle grounded out her first 2 times to first base, but she's reached her last 2 plate appearances. 1-1 count. Big swing there from Morgan Zirkle. Got a little piece of it. 1-2. Outside and into the turf. Peyton St. George in the 6th inning stranded the bases loaded. And how big was that? Strands the bases loaded, turns it over to her offense, and they played 7 runs. If she doesn't get out of that right there, you just never know how things would win. Certainly, at the least, Team Chidester would be closer or leading this game. But she fought through it a little bit. Has a full count here to Morgan Zirkle. Comes at her, up the middle, Romero tags second to first, Zirkle too fast. 2 away.
First baseman, number 4, Chidester.
Right back up the middle by Sid Romero. Zirkle a lot of speed, gets up that line quick. Would have been a tough double play.
Sydney Romero working for the former Duke pitcher now, Peyton St. George, and Sydney Romero can ask Peyton St. George all about where she'll be working. Sydney Romero now an assistant coach at Duke. Program that Peyton St. George helped lead to new heights, their first ever super regional where they lost to UCLA. I'm thinking, hey, you want to come back for another year? And to Chidester. 3-run bomb earlier in this game. In the dirt, runner goes, Zirkle's in trouble. Romero gonna run her back, fakes it, tags her, and that's the 3rd out of the inning. And Cheddister maybe a little upset she didn't get a chance there.
Good execution with this rundown. Solid throw from Palacio. Sydney Romero does a great job getting the speedy Morgan Zirkle.
12-8. We are playing the bottom of the 7th because the 1 run across from Team Chidester in the top, but the world was flipped upside down with a 4-run 5th inning and a 7-run 6th inning for Team Jaquish to take the lead. Now Sarah Groenewegen has something to protect, and it's 10 points. That's all they can possibly get for the rest of this game, but it would bring their total to 50 if they could, and that's really not a bad game. I think the disappointing part is that you win 5 innings, but you don't win the game. This is deep to center on the first pitch. Zirkle makes the catch.
The DP, number 37, DJ Sanders.
Just 1 run needed to end this game. Because at that point it would be a tie in the 7th, and the tie at the end of the game goes to the team winning. Outside ball 1 from Groenewegen to DJ Sanders. DJ delivered the 2 RBI double last inning. Two and 0. Curious to see where DJ Sanders goes on the draft board this week. She's primarily used as a designated player, but she's starting to swing a hot bat.
Yeah, I look at her, I look at Abby Ramirez, who has just had a really great weekend defensively, has stepped up offensively. And it's really about heating up and warming up at the right time.
2-1, fouled back.
And she might have been sniffing that changeup.
Maybe she didn't foul back. It's hard to tell if she actually fouled that or if it kind of deflected off the plate. It dipped there between the turf and plate. Right side, Chidester dives in front of it and makes the play for out number 2.
Right fielder, number 33, Kelsey Harshman.
1 out away from the 10-inning win points. We are closing in on game number 2. Team Mulipola and Team McClenny getting ready to go, trying to stay loose. It's coming up next on ESPN+. First pitch to Kelsey Harshman, outside corner, strike 1. Good day for her. Trying to get over the 800-point mark, which she will do when they win this game, but I'd like to do it with some stat points here. She's on her way to 8th place on the leaderboard after the win points get added at the end of this game, before all the MVP totals are tallied. She's been on a roller coaster from 4th to 28th in week 2, and then from 28th back to 8th. And it has not been reflected yet on the Geico leaderboard, but we will see that at the conclusion of the game.
And these two obviously know each other well. Good friends, played with Team Canada. I've seen multiple at-bats off of them in inter-squad. At this point, it turns into a guessing game.
Big cut right there. I love these matchups because of that. All these players in some way are very familiar with each other, but these are the ones that I think are even more interesting. Harshman, left field, Stokes, oh, in the palm of her mitt. It might not have felt good, but it looked pretty good from Kiki Stokes O'Connor.
Well, that layout and that catch puts them in a position to win the inning. Woo! Lays it all out there, does a great job of putting her throwing hand in to just keep it in place. Great catch, Sports Center top 10 nominee, Kiki Stokes O'Connor.
They get the inning win points. So plus 10 for them for winning the 7th inning. You can go to auprosports.com to see those MVP points get tallied. We are just waiting on the game win points for everybody on Team Jaquish. It will be plus 50, and Savannah Jaquish, before MVP votes are tallied, will have herself in 2nd place going into the final game of week 3, which she will be watching. And there it is, she's into 1st place right now with the 50 win points. Right in front of Deja Mulipola. A little pressure on Deja coming into game 2 of the day. And be sure to stick with us. It's on ESPN Plus. Coming up, McClenny and Mulipola. For Danielle Laurie, Key Michael, and our entire crew, I'm Chucky Kemp saying so long.